following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's gonna be a good one, and it's coming up next.
With the eyes of the world watching, it's time for the biggest event of the year, as we're proud to welcome you to the Super Bowl. Tonight, the Lombardi Trophy's in the building, and we've got a fight to see who's gonna raise it. Between our AFC champions and the Green Bay Packers. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And leading them out, the second pick of the second round back in 2023. Out of Kentucky, it's Will Levis.
Levis came into this league with a big old arm and an even bigger chip on his shoulder, Kate, based on where he was drafted. I still remember that on draft day, and you could see the disappointment as he fell out of that first round. And because of it, he's just got that fight to him. It's easy to envision him proving those doubters, and so many of those teams who passed on him wrong.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain, first down. They strike for 23 yards, and they'll have first down.
All right, Kate, little confession time. And you know what they say, confession, good for the soul, bad for the reputation. I think my most negative grades carrying out fakes were on toss plays like that. Because you toss it, you know it's going for a big play, and all you want to do is watch it and not carry out your fake.
Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And that is a touchdown. These guys take a 6-0 lead right away. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. So that right there, Brock, exactly what you want to start contest.
Opening drives are such tone setters. You come out flat as a group, maybe go 3 and out. Sometimes there's a carryover effect, but here they were sharp, they were crisp, and they grabbed the early lead.
Nick Folk now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And his guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all lined up. Ready to send this one flying. Here's a return from the 7. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So now it's the Packers getting out on offense for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
The biggest mistake he could make here is letting his offense get suckered into trying and matching the pace while the opposition just set. Even if it's a quick score to begin the game, he's got to have the poise and the patience here to run the opening script they've planned for all week long. Play your game and not let the circumstances dictate and force your hand early.
He's got it deep downfield. And he's going to be brought after reaching the 43. They get 35 out of that one. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Finds his man, it's Kraft. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jack Gibbons in on the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Play fake, it's Love. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, third down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Escapes out to the left. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Begins his return at the 16. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way, and actually loses yards. That's the end of one here in Super Bowl 59. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to New Orleans right after this. Now it's Pollard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new down started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master, seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
We'll have him gain about a handful there. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. Again, a run with Pollard. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Works the sideline inside the 35. They pick up 20 yards there. And that gives them the first. Running back sent in motion. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Has some space inside the 15. And finally, he's down at the 5-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Up the middle, here goes Pollard. Has them the touchdown. These guys will add to their lead at the end of the half. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one right down the middle. And these guys double their lead to 14. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Starting from the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. So we have reached halftime in Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment. It was a strong first half for running back Tony Pollard. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. These two teams have both had to deal with the long halftime to make their adjustments. We're ready to get back to Super Bowl 59. And for the call of the second half from New Orleans, we go back to Kate and Brock.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Out comes Green Bay. They have the first series of this second half. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Thrown on first down, Love. That one's complete over the middle. Gets it forward for a gain of 3. Roger McCreary brings him down that time. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 41. Taken in by Dobbs. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. That's reeled in by Jayden Reed. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
Fielded at the 11. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. And after the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And they've got a long field ahead of them to begin this drive. Juke the defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. On the carry, this is Pollard. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. So we're winding down to the end of the 2024 season. That's the end of 3 in Super Bowl 59. They have the lead and possession, trying to close out a title. the counter to Pollard. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. Motioning one of the tight ends. On third down, Pollard. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. They're going for it. He backs it forward on a quick touch pass. Has the 1st and more past midfield. And he's all the way down to the 32-yard line. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on 4th down.
These runs, you get maybe a couple of them a game, right, Kate? He breaks that one, and we see him start the foot race. I think we were all rooting for the touchdown just a little bit. That's the type of effort that deserves to finish it in the end zone.
Room to run inside the 20. Launching for the pylon, and he's got it! Touchdown! These guys making a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Tajay Spears touchdown. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys stretch their lead to 21. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Out now runs the Packer offense. And as much as we thought we'd be watching highlights here, talking about this passing game, Brock, it's been the guys on the other side of the ball who've come in and stolen that spotlight.
Yeah, and in an offensive-driven league, and one that's sometimes even legislated that way, it's nice and refreshing to see a defense put together an effort like this.
Amen.
Be the ones everybody's talking about for how well they've played on their side of the ball.
First down throw, here's Love. This finds Downs. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Picks the handoff, now Love. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun now for Love. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Loves to throw again. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Love out of the shotgun. He finds him beyond the marker. He's got it. That's going to be a 1st and more. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And it's all over. They have done it. They're your Super Bowl champions.
Good to go. Oh, yeah, good job. This is the coach. Got this. Yeah. There we go. Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Let's go.
The commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell, making an appearance now to present the Lombardi Trophy to this incredible group, your champions of Super Bowl 59. So that's a wrap on another incredible year of NFL coverage here on EA Sports. It was a memorable and very fun first year in the booth for myself and my partner in crime here, Mr. Brock Heward. Until next season, I'm Kate Scott. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and good night from New Orleans.